Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. Let me find myself here. There we go. All right. I'm so excited to share this with you today. I'm going to wait for just a minute. Said I had trouble connecting and I'm the only one using internet in my house. So, all right. Looks good. We're going to get started. So, you know the drill. I'm in Woodbury, Minnesota. There are 3 Sue Kramer demonstrators, so I'm hoping that you have found the right one. Or if you're looking for one of the other 2, I believe they're in Arizona and North Carolina. So thank you for joining me. I'm anxious to meet them someday. One is spelled exactly the same and one is with an A instead of an E. We're talking Winnie-the-Pooh today. I am so excited. And we're not talking this Winnie-the-Pooh. I know he's upside down for you. We're not talking this one. We are talking these. So I have so much to share with you. I think I'm just going to get started. I see there's a couple people watching. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you love Winnie-the-Pooh as much as I do, I think it's a generational thing. What was I going to say? We baby boomers grew up with Winnie-the-Pooh. I've heard lots of people say that and have stories about it. So anyway, let me know if you are interested in a retreat based on Winnie-the-Pooh. I think I would do 3 cards plus a mini album. And I would have all the supplies ready for you and mail them to you. It would probably be a few hours and we'd probably take a break in the middle, probably on a Saturday, and I would do Facebook Lives to do that, and then you would have the recordings. I could put those in a private Facebook or private YouTube group, or I know how to do it, make them unavailable to except if you have the link. So let me know if you're interested in that. I would love to do that. I think that would be lots of fun. So we're making an accordion fold today. Let me show you that till I get some more people viewing. So I'm going to leave this here so you can see what we're working on. I meant to give you these direct dimensions before. But if you want to grab a piece of paper that's 11 by 4, I'm using 2-tone cardstock. I think. Uh-oh. I forgot to get it ready. Now that I say that. Let me grab my 2-tone cardstock. Let me show you some pretty things while we're chatting here. There we go. All right. So I need some... I don't have the right color. We'll use this one. That'll work instead. I may not get my card made tonight. I thought I was ready. Anyway. We'll go through it together. Okay, so this one was my team leader, Kristen's craft-along card for her 20th Stampin' Up! Anniversary. And you can see we made it with cardstock. And there's so many layers there. There's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of cardstock. So it's kind of thick. I made a second one with 2-tone cardstock. This Petunia Pop is 2-tone. So I changed the dimensions a little bit. You can see that my accordion fold is shorter than hers. Using cardstock, if you use an 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half at 11 by 4 1/4, you would get this with the same scores. I cut mine down because the 2-tone cardstock is 12 by 12. Mine is only 4 inches instead of this is 4 and this is 4 1/4. So that I could actually get, it's a better use of my 2-tone. I could get 3 out of a 1 piece of 2-tone doing it that way. So that's the difference. So this, and then you open it like that. So I have a few, you can see I have optionals here. So this piece, I have optional or white. You could leave this blank. You could leave this one blank. So that's my second optional. And this optional, you'll see that here, this is just plain. And when I open this one, I have a piece of DSP, Designer Series paper there. And here is all Designer Series paper. So mine is a little different. And that's where these optional things come in. You know what? Let me mark on here which ones we're, whoops, there goes something, we're actually going to use. So the ones you need for this are that one, which is this little piece here, this piece here, that was the first one, sorry, that one's here, that one's here, this one, oh no, I'm confused. I've confused myself. That's okay. We'll get there. So these are 2 samples, but let me share with you what we are going to use today. Today we are working with the Silly Old Bear Suite, the Winne-the-Pooh. Look at this. Oh, I am so excited. Let's talk colors first. We'll let you look at that while I pull out the paper. I bought this immediately. I don't know if Kathy's here yet. Kathy, did this go on unorderable? I can't remember. It may have, but it's back in stock. So we should, hopefully, they should have plenty for when it goes live to customers on May 5th. I don't normally show you things this early, but I want you to see it because this is not in the catalog. This is going to be online only, which just means it's not in print. Aren't those nice colors? They go perfectly with our animals. So we have Barely Blush, Basic Black, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso. This is our new Golden Glow. That's a perfect Winne-the-Pooh color. Hydrangea Hue. I used some of that when I colored in Eeyore. Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, and Timid Tiger. So aren't they lovely? I thought it was very interesting that we have both of these greens, and then we have the black, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and Pecan Pie all in the same paper. But wait till you see this paper. I am so excited. I keep saying that, I know. But I am. So the papers are 12 by 12, and I left these, let's see, are these this? Yep, this is the same. So the front and the back. This is 1 page, front and back. You can fussy cut him. There are no dies for that. But I do like the plaid for, you know, a little picnic scene or whatever. And then, sorry, it's a little busy here. Let's do this one. So these are the fronts and backs. We have Pooh climbing a tree, trying to get his honey, and the 100 Acre Wood. And instead of north, south, east, west, that is so funny. It says Pooh, P-O-O-H. So that's pretty funny. All right, and then the next one, we have this star pattern grid and the animals. Aren't they cute? So again, it's not the Disney Pooh, it's the original drawings in the book. All right, this one, nope. I think I'm missing a couple pieces, sorry. And then on the back side of the clouds are animals that you can use the dies to to cut. And you can see I only cut this part of it, and I'll show you all the ones I have cut. That's a lot. All right, and I have a couple more. So there are the stripes and then the shadows of the animals on the back side, and then on the front there are a whole bunch of these, and this was not fussy cut. That is a die that I'll show you in a minute. And all these cute scenes. And then this one, they're having a party. I think this will make a really cute birthday card. So, all right, so that's the paper. Okay, I already have that figured out. Oh, sorry, I thought I was completely ready, and then, all right, so let's start with the animals. So there's the stamp set, Sweet Old Friends. And there are dies to cut them out that look like this. And then there's a few bonus dies. So here I stamped and die cut them, and I colored them this afternoon. So what I did was I either used my glass mat, or what you could do instead is put 2 colors of ink on a block. Like Eeyore. He isn't just Hydrangea Hue. He was, I forget, Hydrangea Hue and a gray. I think I used gray granite. Same with the rabbit. I just had pecan pie and I want to say gray granite. You can see the two-tone color I got on him. Same with Owl. Barely Blush was a perfect color for Piglet. So, oh, I didn't color his pot. I should do that. But I wonder if they didn't wait on Golden Glow, that's the color I used for Pooh, until this product came out. I don't know. I would love to know. I don't think they've talked about this. And then these other dies, they are so cute. And I didn't quite understand this one at first. I thought this made a fence as in the 100 Acre Wood. I'm not seeing comments, and I'm going to refresh my screen in a minute because I imagine a few people have said hello. Look at the honey pot, and then you get to die cut the honey. There's one die that cuts 2 leaves, and then there's a die that cuts this out, so you can either get the hexagons or use this as a mask to blend some honeycombs. I thought that goes really well with Pooh looking for honey, right? So let me go here. There we go. I knew people would say hello. Hello, Mom and Dad. Thank you for joining me. While I say hello to everybody else, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember where I got this? There is no inscription in the front of this book. Did you give this to me? I think it's something that Anne, my sister, would have given to me, but she didn't write on the inside. So I'm thinking it came from her. I mean, when I was an adult. So if I do a Winnie-the-Pooh retreat, I will show you my Winnie-the-Pooh. He's down here in my craft area. Okay, let me finish saying hello. Hello, Kathy from Southwest Missouri. Kathy, do you remember if the paper went on unavailable, back order kind of thing when it first came out to demonstrators? And we got it in mid-March, I think, was when we could. Let's see, who else? Oh, Kathy asked what I would charge for the Silly Old Bear retreat. You know, I'm not sure. If there is interest, I will come up with a price and I will advertise it very well. And hello, Jean Schiller. Jean, I have not mailed your paper pumpkin extras yet. I will put that in the mail tomorrow. And hello, Alma. Happy birthday yesterday. Hope you had a great day. Oh, Kathy thought the stamps weren't available for a bit. That could be. They're just so cute. All right. So I thought it made a fence. I think it's supposed to make a signpost. Okay. So that's those. Let's move on. These are the best dies. I am really enjoying these. The stamp set that goes with these, you get 2 of the outlines that coordinate with, I don't know, probably this one and this one because of the edge on there. But these dies would be fabulous on their own. The leaves and the acorn you could use for a fall themed project, and just these layer. I'll show you those in a minute. And I love this Oh Bother. I don't know what I would use it for. Look at all these dies. There's 18 of them. I'm sorry, it's going to be a long night. So if you have to leave, I understand. So there are 18 dies. Like I said, it's going to be available May. And then look at all those layers. I've been using these 2 a lot. I have a few happy birthdays that fit on this one. And it just, all the details. Look, there's a couple of them that are just not, just an edge. But the rest of them all have such detail with the stitching and double stitching and whatever. And then there's more on the back. So you get 3 leaves. And look at these acorns. There's big ones and little ones. And we'll use some of those today. So cute. So Eve, if you only get a couple things, I would suggest the paper and these dies. You can always fussy cut the images. We'll get to that when I make my card. You can always fussy cut the images if you need to. All right. So I have paper ready to go. Let me pull my, there we go. Here it is. So we're going to make that accordion Z-fold card. And I thought I was ready. I was busy watching TV with Tony a lot. And then Andrew came home and we're busy watching with him. So I have a card base and it's just a quarter sheet. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 right here. Let's see if you can see that. You could make this a full card if you want more space to write on. So I'm just using a quarter sheet. If you use half a sheet, you could make it a regular fold card. And then I have a piece of very vanilla here that is a layer. And I'm going to emboss this. I will show you that. I'm missing my embossing folder though. There it is. Let's get our pieces together first. If you want to play along, I would just grab a piece of paper that's 11 by 4. So this is probably 12, and we're going to go by 4. And this should probably be another 4-inch piece, so I can make another card out of that. Just make a pile over there. But I only want this 11. So the the scoring measurements here, I did the same as Kristen. This is a great piece to add a little layer onto our card. So this and this. I'm going to score this while that's out. I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way. And just as it says here, I'm going to score it 1, 3, 5.5, and 8. And I will use just score, score, score. Don't cut. 1, 3, 5.5, and 8. Let me refresh again and see if I'm missing any more comments. What else? Okay, I think we're good. Let's put this away. I like to keep things neater than anyway. Mom said the book is probably from Anne. That's something she would have done. And a happy birthday to Alma. Okay, so this was scored. I'm just going to do my accordion. So the widest one is going to be the back. And my colors are going to be kind of mixed up, but I think it's going to be okay. I think it will work. So this was Old Olive. And here I have Mossy Meadow. With all my characters on there, I think it'll be fine. Okay, the one thing I did not show you yet was the embossing folder, which hold on. Here is the embossing folder, and I can't remember what it's called. On May 5th, I will put a PDF on my website showing you all the products. And this is huge. It is 8.5 by 6. And I know it's hard to see. And I don't know if you can see here. I went and circled. I'm going to hold it at an angle for just a minute. I have another one. Where'd it go? I don't see it. Hold on. I do want to find it. I added some, can you see this one better? No, not really. Maybe I use it on one of these cards. Here it is. That's not very neat either, is it? But there's trees and there's paths, and then I have circled here. I don't know if you can see them, but there's Kanga. There's Pooh sitting by his house. Here's Piglet by the swing. Here's Eeyore in the, was it the thistle patch, I think? And there's Owl flying amongst the trees. And there's Rabbit. And then I underlined some other places that are like little animals. That's a bird. And some rabbits on there. So it's just so fun. So on a card front, this is card front size, you're going to have to pick and choose what part of your embossing folder you want, which is what we're going to do right now. Because I do want to put a emboss this piece. I think I want the Winne-the-Pooh, which was up in this corner. And this one does have north, northwest, east, and south. They didn't look up Winne-the-Pooh very well, did they? I should tell them that. So we're going to include, we'll include that. I think isn't it called a rose direction? Oh, let's see. The north is very high. All right, so there's that. Let me put these cards out of the way. All right, this is a thick embossing folder, so I need my specialty plate. And I put the DSP exactly, or white, very vanilla cardstock right where I want it. So let me run that through real quick. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, so cute. I don't know if you can tell. I would have run it through again. It's not quite embossed as much as I would like. I don't know if you can see that. Let me let my video catch up a little bit. You can see it when I tilt it, but very fun. You know what? Let's just put this on right away. And I watched another demonstrator recently, and she just puts 4 dots of glue and then maybe 1 in the middle. I've been using her idea because I am running out of glue again in the corners. I want those corners to stay down. And then I'll put a little heart and say a prayer for the recipient as I do that on my card. And now I can hold this easily without making a mess. Oh, so cute. So cute. Okay, I'll stop using that word. Adorable. How's that instead? Okay, now on to this. I'm going to add some designer series paper to this. And I've chosen the piece with the 100 Acre Wood on it. And they have them labeled. It's so cute. All right. So let's pull this back out. All right. So it's not, you can't see it all the way across when you, well, you will. But I do want to put a piece here. You can see that on Kristen's, she did not have us cut this piece. But I kind of like it finished this way. She had people make this card and post pictures of it. And I saw some people had stamped on this section right here. But you do what you want. You do you, right? Okay, so this is 3 3/4 to go along with our 4-inch piece here. These dimensions will be, I'll put them in the description of this video and my YouTube video, and I think I will create a blog post with this as well. All right, so let me make sure this is right. 3 3/4. So my first one is going to be 1 3/4. All right, and I'm going to keep these in order. I'll put them right. Get these ribbons, and I think I forgot a ribbon too. All right, the next one is the little flap. That's 3/4 of an inch. And the next flap is optional because that's going to be on the inside, but I think I do want it. So that's 1 3/4. And the next one, I think I'm missing one. You know what? I'm going to put these on right away. I think I missed one. So this one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. So I need one for here. Let's measure it real quick. Sorry, I thought I was ready. 2 1/4. So this optional or white is wrong. I think I need another 2 1/4. 2 1/4 inches. Okay, we're doing good. Calm down, right? I get so excited. And 2 1/4. Let's bring this back. And this one's going to go here. And then I do want vanilla here, so this one is going to be my final 2 3/4. So on my list, and then this is extra. Oh, look at the tree, it's so cute. Okay, on my list, let me pull this back. I told you your DSP needed to be 5 1/4 to 9 1/4. So these optional pieces are the difference between those. Does that make sense? So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start adhering. I'm going to open a new bottle, and it's got ink on it. Make sure I don't have ink on my fingers, because I did earlier. All right. So this one's going to go here. Do you like Z folds or this accordion fold? Would you make this card? I'm curious. Leave me a comment. I would love to know. So we're going to start with that one. And then this one. Oh, it says my house right there. I need to refresh my video again. I think others have had this issue with Facebook as well. My quilt card lady was having issues. All right. And then this one's going to go here. Look at those. Rabbit's house, 6 pine trees. Ooh, Pooh's trap for heffalumps. Oh my gosh. I'm reading that book that I showed you earlier. It's just so fun. So silly. There we go. Oh, look at Pooh climbing the tree. There are the bees. And then he, if you remember, he realizes they're the wrong sort of bees. They're not honeybees. And we have a, if you look in your catalog, we have a new bundle coming out that has balloons on it. So I want to use those balloons with a Winnie-the-Pooh, because if you remember the story where Pooh pretends he's a rain cloud and he blows up a balloon, but yet it floats. So I thought that would be fun. Oh, hold on. It moved. Let me put it back in place, and then I'll show you this paper. Okay. Look at that paper. So cute. So cute. There's Piglet's house. All right. So there's our card so far. Let me look in my box of things. Did I remember ribbon? I did not. All right. But what I thought we would do with this, I have to go grab ribbon too, sorry, if I want to finish this. I will let you look at these while I go grab ribbon across the room. Look at these. These were die cut out of the DSP that I showed you. And look at all these pieces. And I have some cards to show you too. And then you can see I have some acorns to glue together. These I used pecan pie and early espresso. I thought this was more of an acorn color. I thought just like that. I think, I don't know if those are the right sizes, but so cute. Okay, ribbon, ribbon, ribbon. This one work? This is basic beige. That'll work. And on my list, I have, didn't I put ribbon? Oh, it's missing. I'm pretty sure I measured 18 inches. So I will cut 18 inches of this. I'm just talking out loud now. Just talking my way through my card. All right. When using ribbon, and let's move it to the side. Oh, I forgot to look. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading comments here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Nope, Kathy says her ladies enjoy the unusual folds. Okay, so I will make sure you get the directions appropriate. Alma likes them because you can use a lot of DSP. I agree. And Alma, thank you for the anniversary card. I am going to be casing your card. Oh, it's upstairs. Maybe I'll show you next week. It had like a W fold on the inside that opened up, and it was a wow card. That was fabulous. Thank you, Alma. Kathy says the map of the 100 Acre Wood DSP works well for this type of fun fold. Thank you. I thought so too. And we're going to put animals on each of those little pieces. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah, ribbon. Ribbon, ribbon, ribbon. So when putting ribbon on a card like this that I want to make sure is secure, I'm going to use tear and tape. So I'm going to put a piece. I don't know where I'm going to want it. I think I'll put it right under where it says Pooh Bear's house. Although that's all going to be covered up with this. I could put it higher and you could see Pooh. I'll put it right near the middle. This is the bottom. I'll put it a little lower than middle. Let's see here. Sorry, out of range. All right, so a little above, or, oh, wait, did I do that right? Oh, yeah, close enough. Close enough. And then I'm going to find the middle of my ribbon. And I see I have ink on my fingers. I want to get rid of that. So here's the middle of my ribbon. So if I'm pretty close, that'll be close enough. Put that straight. Let's go ahead and finish this. So I'm curious also, would you leave the card like this, or would you change this piece to be a complete fold instead of just a base layer? So there's that. I'll put a tiny bit here and here. And before I go further, I'm going to use some hand sanitizer to clean off my fingers. This works really well for adhesive on your fingers. Have I talked about that, or did you? There. Clean that off a little bit. Oh, now it's a little smelly. All right, let's get this card put together. Burnish this really well so this doesn't happen. Come on, there we go. And I am just going to center this. Oops. Just like that. I did mean to use Mossy Meadow for my Z fold here, but I thought I was ready, and I'm not sure I have Mossy Meadow two-tone. I like to buy the multicolor of the two-tones, and so that, because I don't use it on a lot of cards, it goes a long way, and I get obviously lots of different colors for my if you use the multicolor pack. So they usually coordinate with scrapbooking kits or something. I think they like the two-tone cardstock because it's lighter than regular cardstock. Okay, so this is 4 inches. I believe it was 2 3/4. Maybe not. Let's measure it. Nope. 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Yep. 2 1/4. Get that out of the way. By 3 3/4. And I'm going to put that right there. Doesn't give you a lot of room to write, but that's okay. I think sorry, I can't do adhesive and talk at the same time. Oh, yeah. All right, let's put that right there. All right, so there's our card so far. Pretty cute. Let's make it better. Let's put some animals. I don't know which one. So maybe this one. He's cute. So I can put them here, but then he's going to get covered up. So I think I need a shorter one. I can put him here, but I want to only put adhesive where my finger is so that the Z fold or accordion fold still folds. So I'm going to, let's go ahead and do that. Put some, actually I'm going to put it right there. And we'll put Eeyore right there. Let's finish the front. So this is 2 of the dies. Look at the detail on that. You see that? It's got dots and then dashes and then the little hearts. This one just has the dots around the edge, but they layer very nicely. And I didn't, let's see, let me grab all these. So the animals don't have any words, and the shapes, these are the words that come with it. I love this one. I will love you until forever and even after that. Old friends are the best friends. That one might fit. But I'm not sure who I would send that to. Oh, you know what? I like that. Let's do that. I was going to use something different, but... All right. The oh bother's cute too. That'd be cute to make a card for somebody who like broke their arm or something, or had surgery or an accident or something. That would be cute. Let's see, is that gonna fit perfectly? Look at that. All right. A little bit of stamping. So all these animals I could have stamped and die cut. Stamped, colored, and die cut. Oh, I have some samples for you to show you that you don't have to color these either. So ink, 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 ink. This is Mossy Meadow ink. Old friends are the best friends. Look at that. I think this would be a cute birthday card for somebody. And I know just who I'm going to send it to. My cousin and I were very close when we were kids, so I have to get her address. And then I'll make this a birthday card for her, so that would be cute. Okay, I'm going to put this on dimensionals. And I went to UFO Day, unfinished crafting projects at my friend's church. Hello, Diane. Thank you for having me. And I finished 6 kits. I think it was 6. So I made lots and lots of cards that I've decided I'm going to donate to my church this fall for their big fundraiser. Where was I going with that? I don't know. So I'm going to put that just above, just to add some interest there. And because it's going to move a lot, we're going to use tear and tape. Love the strong adhesives. We'll put, and it's so easy to use. It literally tears, but it's strong. Once it sits, I mean, if I put this on and don't like the placement of it, I do have a little bit of time to move it. Oh, look at that. It's the width of this is just about the same as the width of this top layer. So I can line that up just like that. So if I wanted to, I think I could still move it. But I think like in a short while, I don't know how long, it will be permanent and very strongly adhered. All right. So this will be a bow when I'm done. Here, let's do that and show you what it's going to look like in case you need to leave. I know I'm getting kind of long here. It's already 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock here in Minnesota. So this I learned here. I'll share another tip with you. So I did an overhand. Is that called an overhand knot? And then I put my middle finger here, make a loop, and I hold this between my thumb and my first finger. And then these two here are going to catch the second loop. So I'm going to go around and push it into a loop. So I'm going to push this, and those two are going to grab it. And it makes a very nice bow every time. It makes a really nice middle of your bow. I'll fuss with it later and cut off the ends later. So, but when I send it, I will probably put that under there. All right. So This suite does not have embellishments at all. All it had was the designer series paper, 2 stamps, 2 dies, paper, did I say that? An embossing folder. So all the other things are going to have to come from something else. But let's add some more characters here. Look at how they spelled acre, A-K-E-R. That's so funny. So we're going to put him here, and he can go on. I don't think I'll put dimensionals on all of them. No, you know what? I want him to be flat because of his tail. So just a couple dots. I want to make sure that tail stays down because I could see it being ripped. We're going to start here where there's more space. And it's coming out kind of fast. There we go. Just a few dots. And we'll put him down here. Oh, Eeyore's gloomy place. I need to look at that paper more closely. It is so funny. It is so funny. Look at that. All right. Let's do... I don't want the ones here to come past this. So the eye and 6 pine. We already have Eeyore. I definitely want to put him in here. I think those two go right there. And we'll put those on dimensionals. Oop. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, let me know that too. Of course, it'll only be on Facebook for 30 days. I don't try to save them on Facebook because I do put them all on YouTube. So this is going to be a little bit wider because I'm using dimensionals there. So I think we need another one here. Maybe Owl because he's... maybe we'll put him up here. Like he's... Nah, that'd be like he's floating. We'll put him up a little bit. I don't know. He's supposed to be perched on a tree though, isn't he? I think sitting like this. We'll just put him there. And then I thought, where'd it go? Let's put some acorns on here. I did this tree stump too, and I don't know why they cut the middle out of the tree stump. I'll show you the one in a minute if you didn't see it before. I don't know if is there a story? I'm going to have to finish reading my book. Is there a story where something comes out of the tree trunk? But that little tab is kind of nice to put that together. But why did they make it 2 pieces? I have not learned that yet. All right, let's make some acorns. Let's get these out of the way. Oh, we can do a honey pot too, can we? Yeah, that's right. Isn't that cute? Honey, misspelled. So don't teach your kids how to spell using Winne-the-Pooh. So there's some small ones and some big ones. Those 2 are big. All right. I'm going to use my tweezers. So stay with me if you want to see more cards. And I think that point goes at the bottom. This one I will use glue. Just a little dot of glue. I will put the big one down. Oh, sorry. Big one down here. And we'll put the little one up here. No, I think we need 3, right? Better yet, we'll just put them, at the bottom. Oh, I have to use a big one. I don't see another small top. I didn't want them equal spaced so that that'll be good. And then for these, we're going to use glue dots. But I believe the glue dots are too big, so I'm going to use my thumb and push my thumb against a glue dot. And then there's a, I don't know if you can see, that didn't roll. There's just a roll of glue that I'll put on the back. And the reason I'm using a glue dot and not liquid glue, see these little lines in the top? Those are actual cut lines, and the liquid glue will come through those. I think I've mentioned that before, and you don't want to make a mess. You don't want to glue your card shut. Okay, so 2 more, and then we'll... Whoop. And we'll be about done, and then I will show you more cards. They came together so quickly. Here we go. And one more. On the back. These would be so cute on a birthday card. Well, this will be a birthday card, but just for fall, even without Winnie-the-Pooh. There. What do we think? Does it need something else? A gem, or not a gem, probably a... Okay, so hold my 2 fingers, and then I'm going to wrap it around and put the what will become the loop between those fingers. Look at that. And then we're going to use our ribbon scissors. That one's a little frazzled. Frazzled, is that the right word? Look at that! Old friends are the best friends. With Eeyore. Nope, get rid of those. And there's our card. I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, let me show you my other 2. Let's get this tied up so it looks nice and neat. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Oh, I didn't retie these. Okay, let's show you the other cards I made. In my box. And I keep digging. Hold on, hold on. Alright. Let's refresh and see if you have any questions. Alright. So this one I just use a scenery. Let me grab these real quick. Hold on. There is one piece. I use this piece here. You see, it's just a woods. I mean, you could use anything. They did intend it for Pooh, but same with this one. There's no characters on there, so you get to make the scene yourself here too. You could use anything. You have a little duck, or I don't know, another animal. You could put another critter there. So there's just these 2 that have the critters, and there's an owl, but you can make these into any scenes you want. And the back side is just the silhouette. So I don't know if I like this card. This is kind of flimsy. It's just DSP. What I think I'll do is something like this and cut a frame and then put it around here. And here I was getting at, you don't have to color these. I stamped him in Early Espresso on Golden Glow paper and just die cut him. And if you don't have the dies, you can fussy cut him. No coloring involved. Same with this one. This was Barely Blush, one of the new in colors for 26 to 28. And I again, stamp and die cut, or you could fussy cut. So that was that one. That's one of my favorite. And then I did emboss this, but you can't see it very well. This one, again, you see both sides of the DSP, but this was, I cut one of the die shapes in the front of my card. And then you can see both sides of the DSP. This was stamped and colored. Their old friends are the best friends. And then I just made a sign. Maybe I'll stamp hello and then put it on there or something. That'd be kind of cute. And then the piece I die cut from that, I put on this card. And just to be different, it's a top folding card, and I cut about 1 inch, I think. Yep, I cut 1 inch off the top flap, and that extends beyond, and just for something different. What I could have done, and I'd have to figure out the measurements. Let's see, normally this is 5.5. So if you score this at 4.5 and this at 1, you can, instead of cutting this off, adjust your score lines and make this into a pocket for cash or credit card, a gift card. A credit card would be nice, right? Cash, a gift card, or a tag, or whatever. So that's another idea. So it never hurts to keep looking up, and Pooh's looking up to find some honey. So, and I just added some layers there. So, lots of ideas. These will probably be some of the cards. I really like them. Except I think, like I said, I would add a border to this one. But I really like these two. So, these will be 2 of the cards in my retreat, if you're interested. Again, I haven't priced it out or thought about when it would be. Maybe May. I don't know. Let me know what you think if you're interested, and the best time of year for it. There will be videos that I would do live. And then you could watch the recordings. I know summers get really, really busy with people, which is why I wouldn't do it in person or expect you to watch live. So this was my card for today. I enjoyed making it. It was really fun. Let's put these together. So I'm glad you guys liked the card too. It was fun. All right, let's see. I'll give you another minute to say hello and let me know what you think. Oh, there we go. That works. See, let me show you this again. So those optional pieces are this one here, and then Kristen didn't have us cut this all the way. She just had a strip of DSP and then white here and here, so you'd have more space to write. But again, this is just a card base, a layer. It's not a whole card. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this card. Notice here, let me get this tied. The layer here, this is cloud cover. Almost done. Okay. And what I did was I used this embossing folder, the sunflower, and I created a ink spot with a re-inker and an empty ink spot to create a pad of cloud cover because we don't have the large ink. And I put ink on here and put the cloud cover piece inside, ran it through the machine, and so you can see the extra ink there on the background. I thought that was a kind of a fun technique to do. So there are my 2 cards, and then here are my Winnie-the-Pooh cards. Thank you for joining me today. Let me look through one more time and see if there's any questions. Let's see, one more time. And because of Facebook, I have to refresh my computer. I don't know what the deal is with that. If you watch somebody else live and they have figured out how to look at comments, let me know. We have not figured it out yet. I haven't asked my tech guru that supports us demonstrators yet. She might know. All right, I think we're good. Oh, Kathy said she would use a full card here so it's easier to display. This is true. It's going to be really hard to take a photograph of this, so I will end up doing reels instead and then posting those reels instead of a photo. Besides, I'd like people to see that. So you're right, Kathy. If you want to stand it up, that is not going to stand up. Good thinking. I was thinking more about having more room to write, but there we go. Thank you, everybody. take care, and I hope you enjoy the suite as much as I do. I'm excited to work with it some more, but this isn't work. This is fun. This is my playtime. So take care, everybody. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.